I don't blame anyone. I did this to myself. It's my fault. Everything is my fault. I can't do a single thing right. Why do I even do anything anymore? Ever said that to yourself? A very good morning to everyone present here. My name is Nikita Gandhe, and today I wish to talk about self-dissatisfaction. This is a subject that often goes unspoken. We never really introspect enough to get to the root of this feeling. Rather, it's perfectly surface matter. You look in the mirror, maybe remember something from the past, and get this strong desire to change. You feel that you're very, very flawed. And then you spend the next 3 hours berating yourself for every single thing that happened to you in the past. Have you ever wondered why? Because these past occurrences, they are not the reason for this dissatisfaction. It runs deeper. It runs way deep down to all your insecurities. To every mistake you couldn't forgive yourself for. To the people you were always jealous of. It runs deep within to every single negative emotion you've suppressed. In this world of 8.2 billion people, there's not a single person who can look in the mirror every day and say, I'm proud of who I am. Labels start out as little threads of self-dissatisfaction, but ultimately weave together into a straighter jacket of self-condemnation. Everything from the past walks a long, long way with us, to the point it starts to hurt us, and we don't even know it. Consider this. Situation 1. That person is the same age as me, has the same qualifications as me, and is better than me. That feeling of inferiority is turned from admiration to jealousy to desperation for a complete transformation. You want to change yourself as a person, become like that person. Situation 2. You were pretty content with your life yesterday. You were a high schooler, had a good friends group, and your grades were adequately good. And then you told all of this to a stranger. The stranger scoffed and said, what a disappointing life to live. Now you want to become like that person. Sometimes the reason that we might not allow ourselves to feel satisfied with who we are could be because we think that society will not approve of this side of me. We want to change the pink color of our hide, which makes us happy, to white, because that is the socially accepted norm. We start hating ourselves because we think that society might hate us. Society here meaning anyone and everyone you surround yourself. You look in the mirror and notice your flaws. And then you step out of the house and meet other people and know how special they are. And then you think, I wish I could be like that person. Don't you see it? Your heart, your mind is trying so hard to live up to your expectations. It's like the little child who gives his best, but is surrounded by people determined to invalidate all that he does. In a survey conducted by me, 7 out of 15 people said that they constantly felt they were not enough. 5 people said that they felt thus on certain occasions, and 3 people were fortunately content with their lives. So you see, you're not the only one feeling this way, and you absolutely do not have to suppress that feeling. Sometimes, the reason that we might not allow ourselves to feel dissatisfied with ourselves could be because of that feeling. I have enough. I have people who support me, achievements to back me up. I have no right to feel dissatisfied. Or maybe because me, dissatisfied with who I am, no way, I am not flawed. The first ones are the overachievers. People who do not allow themselves to hate themselves out of the respect they have for the conditions around them. And the second ones are the non-acceptors. People who are terrified to accept that they are flawed. And all of these people, all of you people, have felt this maybe once, maybe twice, maybe several times in your life. That everyone is an enemy. You become wary of the people you surround yourselves with. If you cannot fully trust yourself, how can you trust others? Everyone becomes an enemy. There are people who hate you, who backtalk about you. And that feeling is alright, it's acceptable. But then you start getting desperate. Desperate for a change, a solution, an escape. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Ever heard that one? There's also one emotion that's gone unaddressed. Sometimes what makes us question our own self-worth is who you were in the past. You compare yourself to your past self and find that child more impressive than the sea. And you hate that this long journey has degraded you into becoming an average human being. But you know what? The smooth paths got rockier too. You changed, and that's okay. Because with you, every situation around you changed as well. It's not an excuse. It's a reality that we refuse to accept. Because we're too proud or too hard on ourselves. Then why don't you forgive that teen? Why can't you understand that teen? All this while you're burying everything you feel in that cauldron bubbling with poison. And to it, you add the acid of societal weariness. Everyone is an enemy. Combine this and it transfers into the scariest emotion ever. Dependence on strangers. You think that the only way you can convince yourself that he doesn't hate me is if he praises you. You infer that the only escape is praise from other people, constantly validation. Nothing can quench your thirst for validation. You see how things have changed? This journey that began from a little bit of dissatisfaction ended up in desperation for a complete transformation. It ended in a weeping, lonely heart, turning around unsettlingly, searching for solace at a place it does not exist. And you know what? It's completely alright. You're allowed to hate yourself, to want to change yourself as a person. Just don't trip over that transparent thread and topple over to the side, where all you do is complain. Recognize that you're discontent. Comprehend why you're discontent. Talk to yourself about yourself. It's scary. I know it is. To notice your flaws. To accept that you made mistakes in the past. To embrace the conclusion that nothing can be reversed. It's scary, but it's you. And that's why I know you'll make it. You'll have to make it. What you don't like about yourself, have the courage to change. In this world, you'll have uncountable second chances to test this new version of you. Just don't give up if you fail once. Keep everything. Confront everything you hate about yourself. Everything that you suppress and try to run away from. Don't bury everything into that cauldron bubbling with poison. Wait. Take as much time as you need. And evolve. Again. Just don't let the broken child feel insufficient again. Bask in those tiny glories for as long as you need and change. Again and again and again. Thank you very much.